Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beginner. In this video I will explain string functions in Python. So let's see. Before knowing string function, let's see the definition of string function first. To perform operations or manipulation on string, we use string function. Now operations such as concatenation means two strings को आपस में जोड़ना, that is called concatenation. And slicing is a different topic in Python. I will explain it in the next video. And manipulation involve modification such as changing case means to change the string in uppercase letter or in lowercase letter. And replacing words means to replace some word in a string with the new one. So mainly string function is used for operations or manipulation on string. These are the two main purposes of using string function: operations and the manipulation. Let assume there is a string s1 as follows. Here is a string beginner and I have stored it in variable s1. Now we are going to perform string function on this string called s1. Now all the string function in this video I will perform to this string beginner. First let's see the types of string function. So let's see the type of string functions. Well, there are so many types of string function in Python, but in this video I will explain some important 7 string function. Let's see. The first one is len, the second one is start with, the third one is ends with, the fourth one is count, and the fifth one is capitalize, and the sixth one is find, and the last is replace. Let's see the first one, len function. This function returns the length of the string. Now len function will count the length of the string. Now it will count the character in a string and it will give us output in numbers. Now see, we already create a string name s1, so we are using that string to perform operations on string. Syntax. So len function का syntax क्या होता है? First you need to write the len word, and inside the parenthesis you need to give the name of the string in which you stored your string. Now so see example, s1 is equal to beginner. We have s1 variable and beginner string. Now print for printing the output. Now we use here len function. First we write the len word and inside the parenthesis we give the variable name, that is in which we store a string which is beginner. So here we have write s1. Now after executing this course of line we will get output 8. Now this is the visual representation of len function. You can pause the video and watch it. The next function is dot starts with. Dot start with function में क्या होता है? This function will check if your string start with the given words that you given in the parenthesis or not. If your string start with the given words, which is also called a prefix sequence, if your string start with that, then it will gives you true output, and otherwise it will give you false. Basically dot start with will give you output in boolean value which is true or false. Now see, this function tells whether the variable string start with the bag or not. If string is beginner, it returns true for bag since beginner start with bag. Let's see with an example here. Here print for printing the output. Here s1 which s1 is string. Here dot start with is our string function, and inside the parenthesis I have given a prefix sequence which is bag. Now this code will check, is your string start with bag? or not. If it is, then it will gives you true output, otherwise false. The next one is ends with. What ends with function में क्या होता है? It will check is your string end with the given words or not. If it is, then it will gives you result in true, otherwise it will gives you result in false. Now see the example here. Now this is the visual representation of how dot ends string function works. First we have a string beginner. Now of beginner we have a condition here. We will check is our string end with NNER or not. Now after reading the codes, it will check that our string with end with n and er, so it will give us output as true. Now this function tells whether the variable string ends with the string n and er or not. If string is beginner, it returns true for n and er, since beginners end with n and er. I hope you guys understand it. The next one is count. Now count function will count the number of occurrence of any character in a string, right? Let's see with an example. We have a string here beginner, and then we have a variable count, and then we have the name of the string s1, and then count function. Now count inside the parenthesis we written n, because we want to know the n words occurrence. Now print, we will print count, and then after this 3 code of line we will get output as 2, because n has 2 occurrence in this code, like in this string. Like beginner has of occurrence of 2. This is a visual representation of count function. You can also see this. The next one is capitalize. Capitalize function में क्या होता है कि this will capitalize the first character in your string into uppercase letter. Now ये क्या करेगा कि आपके string में जो first character होगा उसको capital letter में convert करेगा. Let's see with an example here. See it carefully. We have a B here in small letter, right? And then we have a variable capitalized string, and then we have a s1 which is our variable, and then capitalize is our string function here. Now we will print capitalized string. In output we will get B in uppercase letter, because we perform capitalize function here, and capitalize function will convert the first character in your string into uppercase letter. This is the visual representation of capitalize function here. It will capitalize the first character into uppercase. The next one is find. Now this one finds a word and return the index of first occurrence of that word in the string. Now see, we have a variable here s1 and a string beginner. We have index variable and s1 string variable, and then we written here find string operation, and inside this parenthesis we have written n. Now find function will return the index of this n character. Now see the string beginner. Now I hope you guys see my last video in which I have explained indexing in string. So here beginner, this beginner string indexing will look like this. B has 0, E has 1, G has 2, I has 3, and N word has 4 index. Now and find will give us output 4 because it returns the index of first occurrence of that word which we have given inside the parenthesis along with the find function. I hope you guys understand the find function. This is the visual representation of find function. The next one is replace. Old word to new word. Let's see the definition first. This function replaces the old word with the new word in the entire string. Let's see. This is the visual representation. It will convert old word to a new word. Now see the example here. We have a string beginner here, and we have a variable replace string is equal to s1 dot replace. We has a replace string function here. Now g is the old word here, and n is a new word. We will convert g into n with this replace string function. Now we will print replace string, and after printing we will get output as BENINNER, because we apply here replace function. Replace function replace g with n. So this is the whole concept of replace function. I hope you guys understand it, and if you like the way I explain, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.